I, favorite content creator. You know it. I know it. Your girlfriend knows it. Your boyfriend knows it. Your boyfriend knows it. Your dog knows it. Anyways, we're going to do a little bit of a different video today. We're going to do a prediction video. And my prediction is that people are going to be totally normal, definitely not weird, about the upcoming Assassin's Creed game. Now, if we don't know, the upcoming Assassin's Creed game called Assassin's Creed Red is premiering its trailer today. So at the time of this recording, it's not premiered yet. It has about an hour away before it comes out. So I'm going to upload this prior to that. The leaked concept art, leaked cover art shows Yasuke, a Japanese samurai, a black Japanese samurai, and a unknown woman who looks like she's like a ninja. So most likely having a dual protagonist, right? Which they've done before in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So not necessarily new, but, if you heard what I said a black samurai. Because Yasuke was the retainer of Oda Nobunaga. He was a slave that was brought over there by missionaries, put in service to Nobunaga, became his retainer. So after Nobunaga gets got, he kind of falls off the face of the earth. There's no real history after that, which is why you had the terrible Netflix show that used that to let them do kind of whatever they wanted afterwards, which I still think, even though the execution was bad, the idea is interesting. Fast forward to now. They're going to use Yasuke as a samurai. Again, he was a retainer, but that doesn't mean he couldn't have been a samurai. You know what I mean? Like, he could have many roles. Someone he's a retainer, he could be his private bodyguard. He could know how to use a sword. He could know how to fight. Anyways, it's a video game. Cool idea. People are going to be weird about this. People are going to be weird about this because they're going to say some shit like, oh my god, they're making it woke. They are using DEI, all the new hot buzzword terms that they don't understand because they don't know history. And what I really want to talk about, though, is my favorite excuse that people will always use anytime certain people are in fantasy situations, and that is realism. They want realism. You've heard it before. With the Lord of the Rings, right? The Rings of Power. Well, there's a black person existing here? That doesn't seem realistic in a world where there's talking trees and there's dragons and magic and hobbits and whatever. A black person? It's like, oof, that's gonna take me out of it. I'm predicting that's the same argument's gonna be made here. They're going to say that Yasuke being a black samurai is just gonna take them out of the game, and it's not historically accurate because we all know Assassin's Creed is the most historically accurate game of all time. I remember learning in history that aliens are real and they're the actual gods of mythology. I remember that distinctly. That was true. Just like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when you fight against the Minotaur and you fight against the Cyclops and you fight against the Sphinx and Medusa, those are all historically accurate moments. Altair definitely assassinated all those people. Those are real. That was actually what happened. The Animus system, 100% realistic. You must have missed that chapter in history. You have to have the premium DLC history to get that. But no, like, all jokes aside, that's clearly not what they're getting at. But it's, again, the excuse they can use to be like, well, not being racist, just saying, I want historical realism. What Assassin's Creed does, what it always has done, is they will have accuracy in terms of the environment and the things relating to that environment. So like if you're going to be, playing Assassin's Creed Origin, you're going to see things that would have been there at the time. That's it though. Like from a character standpoint, from a plot standpoint, from a mechanical standpoint, from a lore standpoint, there is nothing historically accurate about that series at all. If you want rigid historical accuracy, you're playing the wrong game. Like, go play a game that's just based off of history, and that's it. Or read a book. But, like, Assassin's Creed has never been that serious. And to the other point I want to make is the people who are going to say this is woke and they're trying to do this or whatever. Remember Neo? Like, you remember the first Neo with William? Like the Scottish or Irish dude? Remember that? Remember he goes to Japan and then becomes a samurai? And like, remember that? If that's okay, why is Yasuke not okay? Yasuke was, in fact, Nobunaga's samurai. Like, it was his personal bodyguard. Like, These are not just things I'm making up. These are actual like historical things. But the people who claim historical accuracy have a problem with that. And the reason why they have a problem with that is because it was never about historical accuracy. It was never that. It was never that. It was always about the fact that Black people or queer people or ex-minority group existed throughout history and time and space and all those things, and they don't want to acknowledge it. Even the Smithsonian backs up the worldview that, yes, Yasuke was in fact a Black samurai, the first one in Japan. Why can William be like the first samurai from the Western world, and that's cool and fine, but Yasuke. They had a whole game based off of William. Neo made a whole game. Didn't complain about that. But now a game that, again, I can't stress this enough, we have seen no footage of. Even at the time of this recording, people are upset about it, and they're gonna be more upset about it. This is me right now calling it. You're gonna see the historical accuracy argument. You're gonna see the, well, technically he was a vassal. He was more of like this. They're gonna try to, really undersell his position. All because a Black person is in a video game. You'll also see people say, okay, I can't wait till they do like an African version of, Assassin's Creed and have white people in there. It's like, well, depending on where the area is, if it's like South Africa, yeah, they'll be there. But if it's like pre-colonial Africa, no, they wouldn't be. At least not significantly. Because again, Assassin's Creed does take into account the time and space of where they're having their game set. It's not going to go both ways. And I think that's also a weird argument people try to make. The roles reversed. Like, bro, like, the roles are not reversed. You're upset. You're big mad about this. But the whole point of this video was to be like, people are going to be weird about this shit because people like being weird about racial stuff for some reason. And there's really no need to be. Like, who knows? The game might just suck. And if the game sucks, I'll call it right now. They're going to say it sucks because it's a Black lead. And because it's a female lead. Who knows? I'm leaning towards the Black lead, though. That's going to be their default. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope the game's good. And I hope people aren't going to be like that. But that's just my prediction. That's my Assassin's Creed predictions. People are going to be racist. Whoa, what a shock, huh? Gamers being racist. What a reach.